Hey y'all, it's Ashley. Welcome back, or welcome if you're new here. Today we're gonna be picking out my April TBR and I'm so excited. I've never used a TBR jar before. I'm definitely a mood reader, but there's so many books that I've been wanting to read lately. So I figured this would help me out, and I've never done it before. So I wanted to give it a try. Full disclosure, I did like weeks ago when I was considering coming back to BookTube. I had a glass of wine and wrote about 45 prompts in here. Since I am a mood reader and wanted to have like a little bit more control, I tried to make them very broad. But if you have any recommendations of ones that I should add, let me know, because I don't want to just like copy other people's, but these are just the ones that came to mind. So hopefully with these prompts I'll have a little bit more freedom to pick some good books out this month. I do want to prioritize my physical TBR, but I am gonna also consider Kindle and Libby books that I have. I think this month I'm just gonna start out by picking 6 because I am in a couple book clubs and I know I'll want to mood read throughout the month too. So yeah, I feel like that's an attainable number. If I can at least pick 4 out of the 6 on my TBR to be physical books, then I think I'll be really happy with that number. First prompt, I don't even remember what I put in here. All right, first prompt. Ooh. A cover of a book you don't love. A couple are already coming to mind, but straight away I know what I'm gonna pick. So looking at Libby on my phone, Hamnet by Maggie O'Farrell just came available like 2 days ago, and I accepted it. So we're gonna read Hamnet. I feel like this is so spring coated. I'm really excited to read the book, but the cover itself is the movie cover, which I don't love. I also haven't seen the movie, so I feel like this would be the perfect opportunity to read Hamnet and then have a movie night and watch it as well. Yeah, I'm super excited. That's like the perfect pick. I know it's not good for my physical TBR, but I am really excited to read it. So Hamnet by Maggie O'Farrell is book number 1. All right, y'all, we are off to a good start. Book number 2. Romance. Oh my gosh, this could be anything. This could really be anything. And also, things have changed since I used to make YouTube videos. I got rid of my TBR cart because I have 2 bookshelves like on this wall. I do have like 2 shelves of books that I want to read, and then my immediate TBR is like over here in the corner. So I'm gonna kind of be running around a bit, and that's why I did this video standing up. So let me take a look. I have some ideas in mind though. Okay, y'all, I feel like I have 2 really good options in my hands, both that I've been wanting to read for quite some time, and this will help the physical portion of my TBR. So First Time Caller by B.K. Borison. Everybody's heard of this book. I feel like I'm the last person that still hasn't read it, and I know she made like a second book. I don't know if it's a duology or if it's like interconnected, but there is a second book out now, and so I really want to read the first one. The back says, a hopeless romantic meets a demoralized radio host in this cozy, Sleepless in Seattle inspired love story. I also feel like because it rains a lot in April, this would also be a really good one to like read the book and have a cozy movie night. And Sarah Adams blurbed it on the back. I feel like everybody speaks so highly of this, and I really want to know what everybody's talking about. Another one that I heard a lot about when it first came out, but I haven't heard much lately, is By a Thread by Lucy Score. This one, she's quite thick. She is quite thick. And I feel like this is an office romance. Oh. And his mom's the CEO. I don't know, y'all. I usually don't love an office romance, but I do like a grumpy romantic comedy. and I feel like this could also be a good option. I've really been putting this off, like specifically because it's so big, but I do feel like I'll fly through it once I get into it. What do? I wish you guys could talk to me right now. You know what? I am just gonna have to like trust my instinct here. We're gonna do first time caller because I feel like there's still a good amount of hype around this since the second one's fairly new to coming out, and I want to be a part of the conversation. So first time caller is our second book on the TBR. Maybe we'll still have the opportunity to get By a Thread on here, but I just don't know because it's so long. All right, book number 3, or prompt number 3, I should say. A recent purchase. What have I purchased recently? I feel like I've been very good about not just like buying books lately. Okay, this one's gonna take me a minute. Let me find some options. Okay, it has been a minute since I've purchased any books, but I do have some options of books that I've purchased semi-recently. So our first option is Golden Sun. This is the second in the Red Rising trilogy. I think it's like more than a trilogy now. I'll be so real, I very recently read Red Rising, and it did not put me in a good place. Like, I had to take a few days off from reading just the content. Like, I was not expecting it to be as dark as it was, but I do want to continue with the series and give it a chance since I went ahead and bought like the first 3 books. So this could be an option. Also, I really appreciate I really appreciate how this feels. It's a very floppy book. I just don't know if I'm ready to like dive back into this, but it is an option. Another book that I semi-recently purchased that is on my radar for spring is The Brutal Prince by Sophie Lark. I've done very well at avoiding spoilers at all costs. So I know this is like a darker romance, but I'm honestly not too sure what the premise is. I'm pretty positive that this is a mob romance. It is also pretty short. I did buy the whole series. And I have not done that in a long time. That's how you know I was really excited about it and I had a really good feeling about it, because I do not just be buying series willy-nilly anymore. I usually don't buy books anymore unless I'm for sure that they're going to be 5 stars or I've already read them and they are 5 stars. Oh, this one's a tough one. The Griffins and the Gallows have been battling for control of Chicago's underworld for generations. Crashes a party at the Griffin Mansion. Eldest son and heir to the Irish Mafia. So it is a mafia romance. Ooh, guys, I really don't know. Again, I so wish that you guys could talk to me in real time and let me know what to do here. I feel like I am gonna get to Golden Sun eventually anyway. I don't know if putting pressure on myself to read it is necessarily gonna be the best thing for me. I really don't get triggered with books like hardly ever, and Red Rising, the way people talk about it is so fondly. I was not expecting it to be as dark as it was, so I think I'll just keep this one like in the back of my mind for consideration, and if I feel like reading it, I'll get to it. Like, I am gonna continue the series eventually. But I just feel like this cover is so spring with the little flower and the strawberries. And I feel like I've been wanting to start this series for so long. Do I want to start another series though? Yeah, I think I do. All right, book 3, we're going with Brutal Prince by Sophie Lark. We're locked in. Prompt 4, here we go. I can see why people like just keep picking books or picking prompts, because it is fun and you just don't want it to end, but I don't want to overwhelm myself either. Read a book that you haven't heard much about. This will be easy for me. This will be very easy for me. I feel like I like to keep tabs on BookTube and see what people are liking and what the general consensus is. Even if they don't like something, sometimes that will push me to want to read it. But I try to stay away from knowing too much. I feel like part of the experience is going in blind. So let me find a book that I don't know much about. Okay, well, we have lots of options, but that was easier than I thought it was gonna be. I'm gonna go with a classic. This is The Enchanted April by Elizabeth Von Arnim. I bought this last year specifically with the intentions of reading it April of this year. All I know is 4 women go to Italy. I don't know why they're going to Italy. I don't know what they're gonna do there. I don't know who these women are, but a girls trip in Italy, that sounds like a great time. That sounds like something I want to read about. And I just love this cover. I think it's so pretty. It's not too long, but classics do tend to take me a lot longer to read. So I want to prioritize and make sure that I read this during the month of April. Book 5, can you believe it? Prompt 5, why do I keep saying book? Okay, let's see what it is. A library book. This is good. This is good because we do have one more Libby option available, so let me scroll and see what our options are. Okay, I do have The Colony by Annika Norlin available, and I have been wanting to read this for a long time, but I'm pretty sure it's a really long book. And if I'm correct, it's about a bunch of people that work in an office and decide to like leave that and live in the woods or something. I don't know. It piqued my interest. It piqued my interest. Assembly by Natasha Brown is an option, and I feel like that's a shorter one, so that would be a really good option for me. This visionary and unflinching novel is about a Black woman who has spent her life carefully navigating cutthroat worlds of privilege in her career and relationship until one day she's pulled up short by a life and death decision. I did not realize that. That sounds a lot more serious than I thought it was going to be. The narrator of Assembly is a Black British woman. She's preparing to attend a lavish garden party at her boyfriend's family estate set deep in the English countryside. Ooh, a garden party? That's very April-esque, I feel. Assembly is a story about the stories we live within, those of race and class, safety and freedom, winners and losers. Okay, that sounds really good. That could be an option, but let me continue to scroll. I also have holds available soon for Margot's Got Money Troubles by Ruthie Thorpe and The Bright Years by Sarah DeMoff, which I've heard people rave about. Everybody seems to be loving it, but I have no idea what it's about. I think we must go with The Assembly. I'm super excited to read this one, and it's short, so it'll help me reach my goal. All right, last prompt. This one says a fantasy. Ooh, a fantasy. I could do so many things with this. The world is really my oyster today, and I'm loving it. Okay, I really wish I had y'all here with me to like talk me through this, but Golden Sun is still an option, though I feel like this is more sci-fi than fantasy. I don't know, is this fantasy? I feel like this is more sci-fi. I could continue the Percy Jackson series and read the 4th book, which is The Battle of the Labyrinth. I have been having so much fun living my Percy Jackson fantasy. I didn't read Percy Jackson growing up, and I feel like that was an experience that I missed out on as a kid. So I bought myself the box set, and I've been working my way through them. And I am getting near to the end, but I don't know if I'm ready for it to be over. And this is Greek mythology, like Greek retelling, but it's still fantasy, right? I don't know. I don't know if this is like true to the prompt. And then this is where I'm gonna say hear me out. I know I wanted like 4 of the 6 books to be physical if possible. However, I did get approved for an arc recently that I really want to get to. It's an arc for Immortal Rose by Alexandra Bracken, and this doesn't actually publish until August, but it's giving very spring to me. Set in a sumptuous world ruled by magic perfume, this achingly romantic slow burn love story will shatter your heart and leave you breathless. I feel like that has to give spring vibes because there's gonna be like florals and like notes involved, right? And also I feel like the cover is giving very spring. The description says, members of the ancient house Roseborn have a strange gift born of a fairy ancestor, the ability to infuse fragrance with magic capable of manipulating mind, body, and emotion. When a shocking murder leaves the kingdom of Albion vulnerable to a coup, royal spy master Hugh Thornton seeks the one person who can help, Viola Lockhart, the last living Roseborn and secret heir to a fraught legacy. Yes, I'm seeing some romantasy vibes. There's a murder involved, perfumes of sorts. And I think that's really cool that they use fragrance to manipulate mind, body, and emotion. Like, what does that even mean? So yes, I think I have to break my own rule. We're gonna go with Immortal Rose by Alexandra Bracken for book 6. So just to recap, on Libby, I'll be reading Hamnet by Maggie O'Farrell and Assembly by Natasha Brown. For an ARC but also an ebook, I'll be reading Immortal Rose by Alexandra Bracken. And then physically, I plan on reading The Enchanted April by Elizabeth Von Arnim, The Brutal Prince by Sophie Lark, and A First Time Caller by B.K. Borson. If you've stuck around until this point, thank you so much for watching me pick my TBR for April. I'm so excited to read all of these. Like, I'm genuinely so excited. And I would love to know what you plan on reading this month. Feel free to like this video if you did like it, and give me a follow if you want to come back and see what I think of these. Have a great day or night wherever you are. Bye!